Hey guys, it's me Evey from Evey's Creations and Sweet Songbird. And I just wanted to do a quick, it probably won't be quick because it's my vlog, because that's the name I'm sticking to, vlog post. And I wanted it to be a little more honest, so I'm not dressed up for it. I'm in my pajamas because it is 12:16 a.m. here on the East Coast. I don't have any makeup on, and I wanted it to be on a day like today that I guess I'm not feeling so well, because I wanted this post to be honest, and I tend to kind of suck it up a lot and not necessarily lie, but downplay what it's really like for me. A question I've been getting a lot is, what is it like to have RA? And what is it like to live with the illness that I live with? For those of you who don't know, who don't necessarily follow every move Evey's Creations has, or my blog, I have rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed with it shortly after my first son was born. He was born at 19, and that's another post for another day. But I've had it my whole life. We just didn't know what it was. So my first point is that it is really important for you to be your own health advocate. Had it not been for the fact that I was so adamant about finding out what was wrong with me, I probably wouldn't have been diagnosed properly, and I would not have gotten treatment, which is really bad for RA specifically, because most of the joint damage is done in the first 2 to 5 years. So unfortunately for me, I went for 10 years without being misdiagnosed, but once we were able to get a handle on it, it was fine. So the first question, I'm just going to dive right in. The first question I get a lot is, what is it like? I specifically, like I said before, chose to do it today because I'm not feeling so hot. And I won't downplay it this way. It sucks. It is a very painful illness. It's a chronic pain illness, and though I must say your tolerance for pain does get a lot greater. I didn't cry or scream or freak out during childbirth. I was actually very calm all 3 times. And so you become more tolerant. You would definitely have a higher threshold of pain. That said, it is an extreme amount of pain. Most people might not be able to deal with it, I think. I think if somebody who didn't have a chronic pain illness all of a sudden was in the type of pain that I'm in daily, or somebody else that has RA is in daily, it would probably be a shock to their body, and their body might be in distress, and their blood pressure might be high or whatever. But for those of us who deal with it daily, you kind of get used to it. Well, I don't even know how to go into this right now, because when I first thought about doing this post, other things were in place. As of Friday, certain things changed for me. But for me, what has worked, because a lot of people ask me, is what my treatment is like. What do I do? Treatment-wise, I have been on Simponi, and I'm not endorsing any drugs here. That's not this kind of post. Definitely don't get paid by the makers to endorse them. But for me, what worked for a long time was Simponi. Simponi is an anti-TNF drug, and that means anti-tumor necrosis factor drug, which is exactly specifically what RA is triggered by. Rheumatoid arthritis is chronic inflammation. It's an autoimmune disease, and it sounds exactly like what it is. My body attacks itself, so my body attacks specifically my joints and some organs sometimes. For me, it's been okay for most of my life. And Simponi is an injectable. It's a biodrug. It's one of the newest drugs out there. Other people take Humira and Brill. For me, those things didn't work. I was allergic to them. But Simponi was okay for a long time, until Friday, until I found out that I've stopped responding to treatment. So now we just wait and figure out what else to do. But I would recommend people that might have RA to go find a rheumatologist and stick to those bio treatments. A lot of people are scared of them. A lot of people think there's a higher risk of cancer. But, you know, it's the newest and best and most proven drugs out there, so I don't really see why not. That said, for me, I just, like I said, just found out that I stopped responding, which is very rare. I tend to be that silly statistic always. I don't know why. But the other question I get a lot is how I deal with it pain management wise. And again, I don't ever judge anybody because I do think like a clinician. My nursing background makes me think like a nurse. So when I see a patient in pain, I would want to help them and not be in pain. That said, for me, because I have 3 kids, one of which has special needs, and because I know myself and I have an addictive personality, I do not generally take painkillers. I have to be in an extreme amount of pain, and it's been like nights of me not sleeping for me to actually pop a painkiller. You know, I don't understand why my body is that way, but it tends to knock me out if I take a Vicodin or if I take a Flexeril. I really literally just pass out, and then I'll be woozy all day. So I need to be able to drive, pick kids up, and do all the things that I do. I have my own business, so I don't think people would appreciate if, I forgot or omitted ingredients in their cakes. So I don't take any painkillers. I manage my pain homeopathically, with diet and nutrition and with yoga. So other than that, I don't take painkillers. I usually just take ibuprofen. But everybody's different, so there's obviously no judgment from me. Everybody is completely different, and if you can handle painkillers, by all means take them and save yourself. What else? The other question I get is my diet a lot. I'm gluten-free. I've been gluten-free since I was 16 years old. And, there are ways to remain gluten-free. It's a very strict diet. Gluten is a protein found in barley and in wheat. So I make most of my bread products from rice flour and potato starch and tapioca flour. And I don't, eat anything that has too many preservatives in it. Red dye, number 40, all of the above. My diet is extremely healthy, and I have a great nutritionist who is my sister-in-law who helps me to abide by it. And I do share a lot of my recipes on my blog, so please feel free to use them and let me know how they turn out for you. My other question that I get a lot is it forever? Yes, it's a chronic illness. It's forever, and there is no known cure. There are treatments, and as I've learned, not all treatments work. So for me, and I'm gonna maybe lose followers for this, but for me, what works is my faith, and the fact that I'm born in Christian, and the fact that I know that somebody else is in control of my destiny and of my life. And so that's it. I really am running out of here, so this is part 1. But if you have any more questions, leave them underneath, and no pity, just prayer. I'm going through a tough time right now, but I know God is in control, and I know I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and I'm really stubborn. So until next time.